Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Lainey Loves Beauty. Today I'm going to be doing my palette ranking for 2025. I have 27 palettes to rank and I did buy them all myself. If you hear some noise in the background, Rory is right next to me. She is saying hello. Before I start my ranking, I do have some palettes that I got for Christmas that I want to showcase and just let you know I haven't had time to gather my thoughts on them, and that's why they're not included in this ranking. So the first one is the Tim Burton's A Nightmare Before Christmas palette. I have not gotten to use this yet, so I still haven't even swatched this one. So this is the first one. And then I have the Nomad Witch City Salem. Again, haven't had a chance to use it. So here is that. Super pretty. Can't wait to use it. I think this is going to be perfect for the fall and Halloween time. And then we have two BH Cosmetic palettes. The first one is this. I have gotten to use this once. I will say the blue shimmer and the silver are gorgeous. And then I have the Do Not Disturb. I've only used this once. And then we have the Shrek palette from ColourPop. I've gotten to use this once. I absolutely love the look I made with this. I used this, I want to say it's a duochrome because it goes like a green to gold. It is so pretty and the quality of this is amazing. So that is that. I will be doing a no pan left behind for all of my palettes that make it through my declutter. I wanted to get this video up first before I started my declutter series, so it would make more sense on what I keep and what I don't. What are you doing? Bye? You wanna go bye-bye? We can go bye-bye. And then there's the Shadow of Secrets. I've gotten to use this once. And then the last two palettes that I had before starting the ranking is from Cosmic Beauty. I was so excited to get these. This is the Starlight Society. I've gotten to use this one twice, I think. I've used this row, and I want to say the blue row. Really loved the look I made. I haven't gotten to use everything just yet, so I don't have my final thoughts. And then there is the Death palette. Again, I haven't gotten to use it very much. I think I've used it once. But I'm very excited to no pan left behind all of those. Now to get into the ranking, starting in last place, number 27, and this might, from what I've seen other people say, this is very unpopular opinion, but it is the Beauty Below from Blend Bunny. Again, unpopular opinion, I don't like Blend Bunny's mattes. They don't blend as easily as other formulas that I've used. Even the Lure palette and the Divination palette that I have, the mattes are better than what's in the Beauty Below, but they're not the best. The shimmers are wonderful. So the reason that this is last place is the mattes I found are hard to blend. The color range, so like light to dark, this is only mid to dark. So are the shimmers. The shimmers are amazing quality, absolutely. But the mattes are hard for me to blend, and they're dark and they don't blend out to a lighter shade for me. So last place is the Beauty Below. And then number 26. Not all of these palettes were new this year. They were new to me in 2025. That's why I'm ranking them. So there may be palettes that are older, but I didn't get to try them until recently. We have the Dreamer Volume 1. I was really underwhelmed by this palette. The neutrals are really pretty. The shimmers are good. You know, the mattes aren't horrible, but I thought I was going to be a lot more inspired to use this than what I was. So that is in 26th place. Yeah. In number 25, I have the Fantasy Cosmetica Enchanted Autumn. Now, this is good formula. The Fantasy Cosmetica has really good formula. I enjoy this formula. The reason that this is ranked in 25 is the fact that these look lighter than what they are. It doesn't go to super light. There's no inner corner highlight for me. They're very deep and dark, which I understand, you know, that was the theming of the palette. It's just not my perfect color story. And then 24, you'll see a theme that Fantasy Cosmetica was what I discovered in 2025. Is the Sorcerer palette. Again, this is good quality. It's the color story for this one. It doesn't really make sense to me. There's a green shimmer, but there's not like a green matte. There's a bright pink, a blue, you know, a mid-tone pink, and a purple. The color story just really doesn't make sense to me. So that is why that is in 24. 23 is the Fighter palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. Again, this doesn't go as light as I would like. The color story definitely makes sense. I really loved the color story. It was just the fact that it didn't go light enough. The shimmers are amazing. The mattes blend out beautifully. I wish it would have gone lighter. It would have ranked a lot higher if it had gone lighter. In 22, I have the Muse palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. And this is just the fact that it's very jumbled up. So when things are too jumbled for me, I find it hard to be inspired to make a look. You know, there are lots of greens, there's lots of pinks, but they're just so scattered. Sometimes it can be hard for my brain to piece it together. 21, we have the Gothic palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is, I think, the smallest palette that they've done. This is a purple and pink palette. Purple and pink are not my color story, but this formula is so amazing, and I created some really pretty looks with it, and it's really just the color story is why it's ranked what it is. But because of the formula and how good this was, it really has made me step into trying more purple. And then we have 20, we have the Sinister from Cosmic Beauty. This is a very red and purple color story. This and the Death palette kind of go hand in hand. They released the Death palette for those that couldn't get the Sinister, and honestly, I like the Death palette a little bit better. Or a little bit. I like it a lot better. There's not so much red. There's more color range. But this is very on theme for what it is. Again, good formula. It was just, again, the color story. Reds are very intimidating, I think, for a lot of people. In 19, we have the Unearthly Thinking of You. I really thought when I first got this palette that it was going to rank a lot higher. One, I love Unearthly Cosmetic 9 pans. I think those are the best formulas that they do. The only reason that this is ranked at 19 is because these two shimmers, even though they look different, one looks pink, one looks white, on the eyes, they look the same. You can't tell a difference. And then you think that you have options of like pink and neutral, but really it's warmer, so it leans more pink with this palette. Again, beautiful quality. I still love it. I like it. But I like other stuff a little bit better. Then I have the Fantasy Cosmetica Cradled in Ice. This is a very like pink and blue color story. I love blues. I think the shimmers can look a little redundant on the eyes. I think they definitely could have gone in a different direction with some of the shimmers, but again, beautiful quality. I just wish there was more range as far as the shimmers went. 17, I have the Unearthly Spring Magic. So this is what it looks like. There's a lot of bright colors, and then there is the deeper colors. I really enjoy the fact that it goes so light to dark. The shimmers do the same as well. This just wasn't my favorite color story that they've done. Yeah. And then in 16, we have the Unearthly Not Normal. This, I believe, is the reformulated one. It started as a 9-pan, and then they made it this big guy. This is more my color story with the greens and the neutrals. There's a little bit of purple. Again, it goes light to dark. The shimmers do the same. I really enjoy a palette that encompasses everything. I know some people like the grungy, some don't care about inner corner highlights, but my personal preference and how I do my makeup is how this is ranked. And then I have the Cosmic Beauty in 15th place, the Serenity palette. I know this is an older palette, but it was new to me in 2025. I do love how this is more uniform. Girl. Yeah? I do like how this is more uniform. It's easier to see the color story and the thought behind it. Beautiful formula. Just, again, not my favorite. In 14, we have the Sorcerer's Smoke. Again, Unearthly Cosmetics. I enjoy the 9-pans and then these palettes the most from them. So this is a green and neutral color story, right up my alley. The mattes can be a little iffy sometimes, but overall it's still a really good palette and I'm able to make it work. In 13th place, I thought this was going to place a lot higher. I love Morgan Turner. I love watching her content. I don't know if she's had her baby yet, but I was so excited when she announced that she was pregnant. We have the Love Language palette. The quality of this is gorgeous. This is one of the best formulas that Odin's Eye has done that I have tried. They have light to dark, shimmer does the light to dark. These are kind of in quadrants, so it's really easy to come up with the color story. Of course, everything's in a similar color family, so you can mix and match. I think she did an amazing job with this palette, but pinks and purples just happen not to be my favorite. In 12th place, we have the Warlock palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I love this. I know it's pretty colorful, but it's got a bright pop. It's got some grungier tones. It goes light to dark. I really enjoy this palette, and it's really 11th. This is the Druid palette. I know this is one of the older palettes that they've done, but it was out of stock for a really long time, and I love green and neutral. The quality of this is a little bit different than the other palettes, but because it does go light to dark, the shimmers do the same, I'm able to make it work for me. And in 10th place, I have the Fantasy Cosmetica Rogue palette. And I love the looks that I did with this, with they're almost pastel purple and blue, and then they're so easy to blend out. I just really love the looks, and for it to be so compact into a 9-pan, the color stories that they do are phenomenal. In number 9th place, we have the Wizard from Fantasy Cosmetica. This has made some really gorgeous looks. I love how there's the contrast between the light and the dark, but also the colors themselves contrast, and it just looks so stunning. And in 8th place, I thought this one was gonna be number 1 when I first got it. It's the Lovers palette from Cosmic Beauty. I love that it is organized. It's easy to see the vision. It goes light to dark. love the colors in this. Even though there are pinker tones and purples, it's a small portion of the palette. It's not taking over everything. So I really enjoy this. In 7th place, I have the Nomad Chamonix Opera Ski palette. I love pastels. I love the shimmers in this. I love that it goes light to dark. It's just such a good palette. I absolutely love Nomad. So that is that. And then in 6th place, I have the Cosmic Beauty Wonderland palette. This is again, blue and purple palette. Love the formula. I love the duochromes, the shimmers. Again, Cosmic Beauty has a formula where I'm not afraid to try the purples and the pinks in the palette, but this just screams to me. In 5th place, I have the Unearthly Cosmetics Murky Meadow. Again, phenomenal formula. I love this. I am so happy I picked this one up. It's a neutral with a little bit of green, but the formula of it is so perfect. It blends so nice. This color actually pops. There's other palettes that have like a similar color to this, and it just doesn't get that bright. So I really do enjoy this. And in 4th place, we have the Fantasy Cosmetica Ranger palette. So again, light to dark, just contrasting colors. The color story makes sense. Beautiful formula. Just so good. And now into the final 3. We have Fantasy Cosmetica Bard palette. I love the art. I don't know who they commissioned to do their art, but it is phenomenal. Absolutely love oranges and greens. You know, orange to me is neutral. Yeah, orange to me is neutral. I love this pop of a different color. Their shimmers are like more opaque, so you don't have to have a base color under it. So you can really make this work how you want it. Just chef's kiss. And then in 2nd place is the Monk palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. When I saw this come out, I was like, I have to have this. This is my perfect orange palette. Probably don't need anything else because this is so good, but I really do love orange. For eyeshadow, I should say. And in 1st place is the Singe Beauty Agate Temptation. So I didn't get a chance to get the Paisley Hoop palette. I went on a no buy low buy because all 27 of these palettes that I had in 2025 I bought, and it made me step back and realize that I need to slow down. So I think this was the last palette that I actually bought. It's so pretty. The duochrome, the orange, the greens, the light to dark, beautiful quality. Love the artwork. I love how it's also personal to the creator, Angelica. I love her content. I love Singe Beauty, but this is my favorite palette this year. It just encompasses everything that I loved out of the other top palettes and just combined them into one. So I would love to know what your top 3 palettes of the year were. What's your favorite color story, formula? Are you stepping back, doing a low buy, no buy? I know a lot of creators that I've seen recently seem to be taking a step back just because, one, they can't afford to keep up with all the new releases. There's so many different brands. It's overwhelming to have so much in your collection. A normal person doesn't even need 27 palettes at once, much less in 1 year. So I will be doing my declutters. I have already started, and I hope to see you again. You guys have a great day and stay safe.